Hello children, how are you doing? Welcome to Basic 3 Science. Today we are talking about human and the environment, and on that we will focus on airborne diseases. By the end of the lesson, children, you will be able to interpret the meaning of airborne disease. 2. Identify some common causes of airborne diseases and their symptoms. 3. You should be able to discuss the causes and prevention of airborne diseases. Children, let's go back to our previous lessons. Do you remember what we said? Good. We talked about skin diseases. What did we say skin diseases are? Exactly. We said that skin diseases are diseases that affect our skin. Okay, now children, today we are talking about airborne disease. So what is it? When we say airborne disease, what do we mean? Before we start the lesson, let's discuss our keywords. Airborne. Airborne. Airborne is the ability to transport by air. When you say airborne, it is the ability to transport by air. Pathogen. Pathogen. These are bacterium, virus, and other organisms that cause disease. These are bacterium, virus, and other organisms that cause disease. In our previous lesson, what did we say disease is? Good. We said that disease is a disorder that affects part of our bodies. It's a disorder that affects part of the body. When we say airborne disease, what do we mean? Good. It means that when the air is contaminated by specific bacteria or organisms, you will get it when you breathe it. When you breathe the air, I mean, you will contract it when the air is contaminated. When you breathe in, remember, we have various gases that surround us in our environment. Can you mention one? Oxygen. What else? Carbon dioxide. Yes, and a whole lot. Mention some of the airborne diseases that are common in our environment. Measles, rashes. Good. Is there any more? If not, let me also add some to it. We also have chicken pox and whooping cough. All these are examples of airborne diseases. Now that we know some common airborne diseases in the environment, what will make you identify that the person has contracted some of the diseases that we have mentioned? I mean, how would you know that a person has the disease? Okay, you will know that through the signs and symptoms. When you say symptoms, it means that the person is showing some characters or some actions that show that he or she is not feeling well as a result of airborne disease. Some of the symptoms are vomiting. Whatever you eat, you vomit it out when you contract airborne disease. Watery eyes. Watery eyes is also an example of the symptoms in airborne disease. Again, running nose or sneezing. Have you ever sneezed before? Good. Again, not all sneezing mean you have contracted airborne disease. But then we have severe ones which are very dangerous. High fever and tiredness are symptoms that show that a person has contracted airborne disease. Children, everything comes with a cause. What are the causes of these airborne diseases that we are talking of? Smoke from industries. Exactly. Smoking of cigarettes. Very good. That is another major cause of airborne disease. Okay, we also have burning of refuse. Burning of refuse. And bacteria. Yes, we also have bacteria. Bacteria causes airborne diseases. Yes. We also have viruses. Viruses are very dangerous. They operate through air. Most of the viruses operate through air. Okay. The last thing I'm talking about is fumes from old cars. Fumes from old cars. Have you ever seen fumes coming from car exhaust before? What is the color? Very dark, right? Good. Old cars release toxic substances into the atmosphere, which cause airborne disease. What are some of the effects of airborne diseases in our body? Yes, we get sore throat, right? Good. Sometimes when we try to swallow food into our digestive system, it becomes difficult and painful. Our throat swells, which makes swallowing very difficult. Coughing, congestion is also an effect of airborne disease on our body. We will cough continuously. Have you done it before? Good. If it continues for several days, it may be as a result of an airborne disease. Runny nose is also an effect of airborne disease. Have you done it before? you always have to take your tissue and wipe the fluid off. Now we know that airborne diseases are very dangerous or detrimental to our health. What then can we do to prevent airborne disease? What are some of the positive ways we can do in order not to get airborne disease? What then can we do in order to avoid such a serious disease that we contract through air? Okay, we must avoid smoking cigarettes. Have you ever seen an adult smoking cigarette before? The air or the toxic substances that comes out from the cigarette is very detrimental or dangerous. That's what I mean. It's very dangerous to our health, and it can destroy various organs of our body, such as the kidney and the lungs. Again, children, do not burn rubbish in an open space. If you do that, you destroy the good air in the environment. Therefore, gives people nearby waterborne disease. What then should you do? Try as much as possible to do proper waste disposal. Again, wash your hands with soap and running water. You have to do it regularly. The last point I will talk about is that avoid contact with an infected person. Avoid contact with an infected person. What have you heard in the lesson today? In this lesson, we made mention of airborne disease, and we said that airborne disease is a type of disease contracted through air. We also talked about some common airborne diseases, being it chickenpox, measles, and cough. We also talked about causes of airborne disease, such as fumes from industrial sites. Also, we made mention of symptoms that will make you know that a person has contracted airborne disease. What are some of them? That will make you know that a person has contracted airborne disease. We said that the person will have high fever, and also the person will vomit. We talked about ways we can do to get rid or to do away with airborne disease. We said that there should be proper hand washing, and also we must dispose our refuse well. Children, you can never do a lesson without an assignment. I have an assignment for you. Try it in your houses. What is an airborne disease? Enumerate 4 common airborne diseases. Number 3, point out 4 causes of airborne diseases. Number 4, how can we prevent airborne disease? give 4 reasons. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye.